Hey everybody, we found the very first Mach II gutter machine that was ever built, and we were able to get our hands on it and bring it back. Stay tuned and we'll show you what it looks like. Hi everybody, Ron Schell here. We have in front of me the very first 5-inch gutter machine that shipped out of New Tech Machinery back in March of 1994. During this video, we're gonna show you the insides of this thing. We're gonna actually run a piece of gutter through it and show you what a 30-year-old machine is capable of. Before we dive into this thing and get the covers off of it and show you what it looks like inside, we're gonna show you a little video of when this thing arrived here and my first reaction to this thing after seeing it after 30 years.
Ron, what do we have here?
This is the very first 5-inch New Tech machine.
So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna turn it on? Is it gonna work?
It's been sitting outside in the state of Washington under a tarp for quite a few years on a trailer. So we're gonna try to run the first piece of gutter through this thing for I don't know how many years and see what happens.
Let's do it.
All right.
Ron, how's it look?
Oh my goodness. Well, there's no twist, that's for damn sure. We gotta lay this down. So here, I can make one little adjustment and that'd be ready to hang, man. So we're gonna take these covers off just so you guys can see what it looks like inside. We're gonna run it with the covers off. However, these covers should be on your machine whenever you're running it for safety reasons. All of the safety features that are built into this machine need to be adhered to when you're running your machine. Okay, so we're gonna start out at the entry into this machine and show you what this machine is all about. First thing I wanna show you is this entry guide, and you will notice that this is a lot different than what we do today. The reason that was changed was because the people that made these castings for us, they went out of business and we never got the mold back for this. So once that happened, we couldn't shut down the line, so I had to design a different entry guide, which will show you a picture of what that looks like and you can compare the two. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the reel and the reel stand. As you can see, and looking at the rest of this machine, the patina on it. We have not touched this thing. That's why I have this rag, because every time I touch something, I get dirty. This is basically the same reel we have today. It's a little bent up, a little chewed up. The reel stand is basically the same. So we were the first ones to come out with a rotating reel stand. These stands did that. The original machine, which is had some of the combo parts in it that you'll see in the newer machines. They're a little bit different. I made some changes to it, but you'll be able to see that this machine did, in fact, I tried to make this a combo. The frame was too short, I couldn't make it work, so it turned it into a 5. All right, so on the first 3 machines, the 3 originals, there were 3 machines very similar to this one. Each one of them was a little bit different because I changed it just a little. But you'll notice the top drive on this is actually driven. You can see the sprocket here that goes down to the chain on the bottom. And there used to be a gear in here that meshed with a gear that's inside of this that they took out of here. So it's no longer there, but it was there on this drive and the next one. But we did away with that because I realized that I didn't need that. This machine would run without it. So that's why those are no longer driven today. So one of the other combo features that ended up in this machine was this face assembly right here. As you can see right here, you have the space between this block and this pull pin right here, right? So you would pull this pin, pull this roller up to the top and push the pin back in. That is the way it is today, only it's a lot simpler than it is on this one. This one was just a preliminary one. It was really a prototype that we sold. Okay, so this is another combo feature that's in this machine, and that is the movement of the back skate rollers. There are 13 of them in a combo. And right now we have a spring-loaded hitch pin that you just pull this out and it snaps into place. The first time I did this, you'll notice these unscrew, they were threaded, And I don't know if this will even move. No, see, it's frozen in place. But then this would slide out, and you would put, move this over into that hole to make it work. So again, this is part of the original thought process of the combo machine right here. Okay, so another feature that's in this machine that was combo related, you'll see these bottom rollers right here in a combo would move down for 6. You'll see there's a space under here. Down for 6 and to this position for 5. To do that, you would pull this pin out. Let's see if it'll move. Oh, it does. Huh. And that would be the 6-inch position. You push that pin back in. Nothing is lined up. I haven't even tried this yet. So I'm just kind of showing you where this thing was at that time. Okay, so one of the problems with the old technology, the older machines, before this thing came out, was wearing out sprockets. The only chain that was tensioned was the motor chain. Everything else was just, if the chain stretched out, once it got to a certain point, it would start jumping over teeth, wearing stuff out, and now you got a problem. So what I did here was I came up, this machine has a chain tensioner for every chain. This is a very unique chain tensioner, and it is different than the current one, but it's similar. In that, this block here can move back and forth, so it centers itself automatically. And there's a bolt down here at the bottom that raises the sprocket up. So it tensions 2 chains at the same time. Nobody had ever done that in a gutter machine, and no one had ever put chain tensioners throughout the machine on every chain. So let's talk about things that are the same in this machine. There are quite a few things that are the same, but the main things in here, the things that actually do most of the work, 99% of the work, is the face assembly that you see right here, and this box assembly are the same identical ones. I could take these 2 units out of here and put them in a brand new machine and it would work. So another innovative thing about this machine was the electrical system on it. Everything prior to this being done the way it's done was like a drum switch, right? So you had a lever here that was mounted on the end, forward, off, and reverse. So when you tried to jog a material and stop it at the right place, it was very difficult to get it there. With this machine, what I did, first of all, recessed these buttons so that when you threw a ladder up in here, you could bust them off. You wouldn't be breaking them all the time. And also gave you a forward reverse here and a jog and a run button. One other thing I wanted to point out here is this exit bottom drive roller. You'll notice that it's stainless here and all the way across is polyurethane. There was no other stainless piece like the new ones have right here. The first 3 machines are identical to that. I think we've covered the main points of this old machine. So I think it's time to run some gutter. So just a note, I mentioned earlier that I had made some adjustments to this machine. I actually adjusted what is now the green station. It's an orange station here, and the blue station, which is still the blue station. Those are the only 2 adjustments I did to make this thing run a really good piece of gutter. So with that said, we'll swing this thing around. I'll get a piece of material, cut it, and run it through here and see what we end up with. Okay, so I have fed the 7th piece in here. We ran 6 through here to adjust it. This is the 7th piece I'm running through here right now. We're gonna videotape this so you can actually see what we end up with. All right, so this is the 7th piece out of this machine, and I'm just kind of checking it out, looking for how straight it is. It looks pretty doggone straight. I'm happy with it. So just a little bit of information about design of this machine and when we finished it. Actually, during the design, we came up with a name for this thing based on the way it was running for us. And we nicknamed it the Terminators. The reason for that was we figured once we got this out in the marketplace, that it would just blast everything that was out there and just make it go away. And it actually did that. There were like 3 or 4 different companies that could not compete with this machine. And therefore, some of them copied it just to stay in business. So if you ever have any issues with your gutter machine or you need more information, click on this link, go to our website, and it's all right there for you. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video.